Classix 107.9. I want to say good afternoon to my brother from another mother. Christopher Williams is in the building.
Lady B, so good to be here. What's up, Philly?
What's going on with you, man?
A lot. We here in town. We sold out the City Winery, so big shout out to Philly for showing up and showing out for your boy. And just on a resurgence, a rebirth, just humbled, excited. Got a lot going on. Finished up a record with Vincent Herbert.
Nice.
Just did a deal with Virgin Records, working on a TV show called The Book of H.E.R. But right now, just presently rebranding, got new management. Big shout out to Amp and Jamel and a great team around me that just believes in what we're trying to do. Inspired by Uncle Charlie. And
wow.
we're just rolling, trying to knock this thing back down.
Oh, you're going to knock it back down. I recently saw you at Wilson's, and I was sitting here smiling and laughing like, here we go, 2025, and you're still a sex symbol. How does that make you feel, man?
Geriatric sex. I'm humbled by it. I still like it. I ain't gonna lie. I still love it. And I still have that connection with women. I love them, and I love singing. I love the music, the connection now that brings with music. It's not the same. I think me and Bob and I'll be sure laugh about that because the exchanges that we have with our fans now are different. They're more sister-like and friend-like, back in the day.
I don't know about all that because I saw them women at Wilson screaming at you. They did not want to be your sister.
Yeah,
I promise you. They did not want to be related to you at all.
One of them put their feet on me. That was kind of cool. No, I still love it, Lady B. I still love it. I just, I think at this stage, I'm just, like I said, encouraged by Charlie, and I'm just interested in finishing up the Christopher Williams Street the way I always saw fit. And
I hear you.
This business is great, challenging, and all the above. So I'm just happy to be still doing it 30 years later, 34 years later.
Yeah, your longevity is everything, man.
Thank you.
I heard your testimony at Wilson's about how folks, including doctors, counted you out and said that you weren't going to sing anymore. To that, I say the devil's a liar.
Yeah, for sure.
And, God is good every day.
Yeah, for sure.
All the time. Talk about that journey.
Ooh, boy. 6 months I couldn't move. Paralyzed, 134 pounds. Couldn't talk. Obviously couldn't sing. I couldn't talk. And just, stone by stone, pebble by pebble, I kept crawling back. And I remember I talked to one of my dearest friends, Michelle, who had just lost Frankie Beverly's manager. And then we lost Frankie Joe Douglas. And she was like, Chris, my email has been Lion of Judah for years. She said, I'm a Leo. She's like, Christopher, you're naughty Chris, you're a lion.
Right?
She said, you've been a lion. She said, what baby do before I walk? And
right.
She was like, I was like, And she's like, him crawl, get down and crawl till you walk. And every day, they called me pancake in the hospital. I'd flip out the bed, the alarm would go off, and they would know it was me. And they would let me because I was like, you got to let me out this bed. And so I would just crawl around my room. And then one day I felt myself sit up, and I was like, I knew that day. I was like, the day will come when I'll be taking these 25 steps and getting out of here. So I kept my faith. I really investigated a lot in the legalities of insurance and medicine. And I definitely paid attention to what the doctors were saying, but I definitely put more energy into what I was believing. And then things that I started putting in my body were all natural.
We will always be our best doctor, for sure, because no one knows your body like yourself.
Yeah, and I'm not saying don't get tested and don't.
No. I understand exactly what you're saying, but I mean, I'm the nurse in my family. I've taken care of every stroke victim in my family, and I didn't stick to the doctor's rules and regulations. I did what God put in my heart to do.
Yeah.
And they all came through. Just like you're coming through now, man.
Yep.
City Winery, UGO in the building with you. It's a sold-out event.
Yeah.
The women are going to be screaming again on Saturday.
I hope so.
And trust me, they do not want to be your sister.
Yeah. I hope not.
Yo, women were coming up to me like, yo, do you think he'll take a picture with me? Oh, my God, they were still fan. You will always be what Kareem Akbar to all of us.
Yeah.
I don't think you're ever going to live down the persona of New Jack City.
No, that's why we couldn't get the movie done, unfortunately, after all these years. And big shout to Wes and Al and Bill Nunn, who passed on, and Ice-T and everybody. We know Mario. We just made history together. And the thing is that the message just became, how many times are we going to tell the street story that ends up negative? That's why I decided with the television show The Book of Akbar, we're turning corruption into corporation. But I will give you a sneak peek. One of the first things we do, and Ice-T's involved in it, is Kareem comes out of the feds after 34 years. And one of the first unfortunate things that happened is he has to do something to Scotty, who was played by Ice-T.
Right.
So that's the first interesting twist in the show.
Oh, that's a good tease.
But we're going to empower a lot of young, amazing actors, and that's what the show's really about. You know, no different than some of the other great shows that we've seen, 50 with Power, and especially like Snowfall and The Godfather, Harlem, and Wire. I just love some of the way that we can take our message and our culture, and the cinematography is different, like when Gordon Parks was shooting films.
Right.
So that's where I'm at in my career as far as theater and film, and I've spent a lot of time doing it. And I think it's going to be exciting to see what I come up with. I got a story about my Aunt Ella Fitzgerald. I have a tribute to Teddy Pendergrass with an all-black orchestra, which includes everybody great in Philly. So you know when we do it, I have to have you there.
Definitely.
Because you can't come to Philly and not mention Lady B.
Yeah, man. 44 years on the radio. Do you believe that?
I know, babe.
44.
Like, when did you start? When you were 3?
Yeah, right. No, but fresh out of high school.
I remember.
18.
Because I remember when I first met you, I was like, damn.
You know what? You better still be saying damn.
I'm saying it.
Charlie Mack always says, Lady B used to be a joint. I'm like, I'm still a joint. Don't get it effed up. Don't get it.
Exactly.
Young boys are still trying to holler.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
Thanks for the love, man. I appreciate that. I love this season for you.
Thank you.
I love what God has done for you. I thank him from the bottom of my heart to see you thriving and singing and still looking amazing, and this television show. And you know, it's got to feel rewarding for you to be somewhat of a mentor for the younger generation now. And you know, speak on that. Are you ready to show brothers and sisters a different path and something that can enlighten them to better their lives?
Yeah, definitely. And just, you know what? I think that if we just give them some truthful information and share some experiences, that's their first thing. Because the thing that I think wisdom tends to do sometimes is stop innovation, and we can't do that. I think a lot of times, even when we talk about music pertaining to young people, I'm like, listen, they listen to us. We listen to Jeffrey and Luther and James. They listen to Billy Eckstine and this one and that one and Donny Hathaway. We're all influenced by each other because we're really I and I.
Right.
We're just 9 ether. We're melanin, and that energy, that carbon continues to turn over and exist. So that's why they're like, well, music is in, bad hands. We got Jasmine Sullivan, H.E.R, SZA, Ellie Mae, this one, that one. Bruno Mars, Andy Paak, Chris Brown. These people are talented.
They are.
Don't let their new way fool you. And again, maybe their substance or content in life is different from us, because the truth is we really did learn from the masters.
We did.
I grew up listening to Stevie Wonder and Donny Hathaway.
Right.
Checkmate.
Yeah, there you go.
And then for dessert was Michael Jackson and Marvin Gaye and Teddy Pendergrass.
Yeah.
Checkmate.
Checkmate.
And I didn't even get into the Aretha Franklin, Gladys Knight, and all the other amazing people, Gene Carn, people that are hidden and not celebrated as much, Phyllis Hyman, because of bureaucracy.
Right.
And I got caught in that because being, when I was younger, being such a heartthrob, looking back, I know people are like, well, what happened? I'm a street dude who just wasn't going for the BS. I had to learn, though, also balance, because that's part of me passing back, that I survived this, doing it my way. But the thing is, if you're going to be indigenous and you're going to be an entrepreneur and you're going to own, you're going to have to sow seed and believe in your ownership, or you're going to be the person who runs the biggest house. That's what Harvard and these great students from these HSBC schools, they get promoted to run their operation.
Yeah.
But it's not yours.
It's not.
So as people, especially with music, with all the laws changing, I'm fighting for, laws in the Library of Congress, and a lot of us are, because it's unfair what's happened. You got people like my sister Angie Stone just died, and they owe her millions of dollars. And even though the money means nothing to Angie now, and truthfully never did, because we all love the music more, obviously.
But it's a foundation for her children, and it's important.
And it's also a foundation for younger women to read about and be like, this is what I don't do.
Right.
I don't give up my publishing. when I do make money, okay, it's cool to floss, it's cool to be fly, but invest your money in real estate. Get you an IRA.
You're right. It's our responsibility to make sure they don't step in the same pile of ish that we did.
And sometimes, like the person did for Allen Iverson, sometimes people love you so much where they're like, you got so much gifting on your life that I'm not going to steal it, but I'm going to forget to mention I put $50 million away for you because I'm
right.
You know what I'm saying?
I
know what you're about to face, and it's tough. When you're the first generation of person making money and you are the alpha male, you are everything to that family, I know what that is.
Sure.
I know what the entitled is. I know what the hail you to nail you thing is. And I think a lot of us in entertainment, deal with that. Because even if you come from a good family, when you reach the heights of a Will Smith, I don't care who worked in your family. They never made money like that before in their life.
Amen.
Unless you're a Bill Gates or you're something like that, you've not experienced that. And the other thing is just the adulation and the false vanity that this thing can do for you.
That's right.
I mean, even as radio personalities, we know
listen to my brother sounding all grown and put together. I love it.
We've grown up, and I've survived a lot, and I'm not. I've gotten to a place in my life, like I'm just not afraid to say it because I know that the important thing is that we leave it better for younger guys that are coming behind us.
I love it. I'm so happy and proud.
I grew up when Ralph McDaniels and them made TV out of nothing, when they were just counting us like,
please.
And it's not even a racial thing because truth of information about us doesn't make me angry. I'm not a victim.
Right.
We're not victims.
We're not.
We didn't come off slave ships. All of that paradigmic nonsense they teach us to keep us fear, worrying about time, killing each other, it's bull S to the I.
Yes.
And once we get that and we foundationally figure out, okay, we talk about the word civilization in America and around the world. Where did we civilize? The last civilization that was civil was the Malian Empire.
Yes.
We don't learn anything about that.
We don't.
It's hidden.
I love you for this, man. I love you for this interview. I could sit here and talk to you all afternoon, but in the words of Tyler Perry the other night at the BET Awards, we will not let them erase our footprints. They're there. They're in concrete. We're not going anywhere. We're only going to get bigger and better due to our knowledge. And thank you for dropping some gems today.
Thank you, Tyler.
Thanks for stopping by, for real.
Weapon.
Again, the reason he is here is to let you know, I guess it sucks to be you if you don't already have your ticket because he sold out, but Chris is rocking the stage at the City Winery downtown on Filbert Street this coming Saturday. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. I hope y'all got your tickets already because trust me, if you are a brother and you take your woman to a Christopher Williams show, he's only going to set it up for you so you can knock it down. Trust and believe. That's how it's going to go down. Chris, thanks for stopping by, man.
Thanks, I love you.
I love you for life.
Always.
Oh, my God. Christopher Williams in the building, y'all. Can't wait to see what's next from you, brother.
Thank you, baby.
God bless.
God bless.
Nice.
That was good.
That was perfect. Wasn't that great?